I'm Courtney Edens. I'm an MBA candidate at the University of Denver with a concentration in marketing. And I just wrapped up a Driving Inclusivity in Experience Design panel with a few folks from Gensler and Wong, who is a director of live entertainment at Unity Technologies. All the women on the panel were really focused in experience design and how that creates access. And I think my biggest takeaway from the panel today was that experience design using multi-sensory touch points is avenues for access on the spectrum of show versus tell. I think historically the way that immersive experiences have looked more on the tell side in terms of, you're at a museum, like read this and look at this. But the way that the world is headed, thinking about Meow Wolf, thinking about Disney, it's all about that multi-sensory approach. And because of the multi-sensory approach, you are capturing a wider audience, especially in a world where we're looking towards creating worlds for neurodivergent people. And yeah, there was some really amazing examples shared today that I'm really excited to look up when I get home. One was Cotton Candy World. Another was Nike Joyride in New York. Another was a Cadillac immersive experience in Shanghai. There was just photos kind of flashing in the background, so I wrote them all down and really look forward to just digging into those spaces and how they were set up and how they furthered the brand mission. Another immersive experience that we didn't talk too much about but was mentioned was the 6x9 solitary confinement experience. My assumption there is that this was one that furthered social activism and helped people understand what it's like to be incarcerated in a small space. So really looking forward to looking that up as well. The way I've always thought about immersive experiences are more so about brand, but not about social activism. So really, really cool, I think, application of immersive experience design. Walking away from this, there's obviously a ton of applications in e-commerce. I think we talk a lot in my current role about, how do we get people engaged in real life? And immersive experience design is absolutely how to do that. When it's executed well, it's a memorable, sticky experience that customers walk away from with a memory, and it's worth the investment. And we talked a little bit about that today. I have some kind of unresolved questions that I want to dig into. I'm really curious just about design process. We talked about it at a high level, like engaging all the senses, but when you enter a space, or how do you pick the space, for one, in which you're designing this immersive experience, but for two, those core tenets of engaging a multi-sensory experience, like what is the priority there? Are they all equally important? Things like that, just about design thinking. And then another unresolved question is how is technology leveraged in these spaces? What are the key tools, key companies to partner with? I think that's a really big one, because the experiences we talked about today leverage technology expertly. So just really curious to dig in more there. And lastly, just what is the budget requirements for that kind of activation? How do you walk that back for, let's say, a startup where you really want to create a memorable experience, but you might not have millions of dollars that, say, a Nike or a Cadillac would have. So yeah, so many great learnings from this panel today. These women have all been working in the space, and we're so passionate about inclusivity in this design experience. So just really looking forward to getting back to my laptop later, looking up these examples and looking up these women and their work, and trying to apply this in my career in the future. So thanks for listening. Appreciate the time, and see you at the next one.